What's up, keto people? Check these out. Amazing. These I'm calling Keto Chocolate Marshmallow Truffles because they're not exactly marshmallow on the inside. I was trying to make them more of like a nougat, but wow. If you want to see how to make them, here it is. What's up, keto people? So I'm just going to call this Follow Along Friday because I found a recipe that looked really good for like a marshmallow, and I think I'm going to attempt to do some sort of a Three Musketeers-ish candy chocolate or something. So let me go ahead and see how it works, and y'all just follow along. Okay, first thing is 3 tablespoons of unflavored gelatin, and then a half a cup of cold water. And then it's going to be a tablespoon, hopefully I have enough, of vanilla. And I have just enough. And we're going to go ahead and whisk it. And she said it's until like an apple cider, until it's like applesauce. As you can see, it's kind of getting to be that way pretty quick. Okay, this is looking pretty good, the applesauce sort of texture. Okay, that's enough of that. So let's move on to the next step. Okay, next is to take a cup of water on medium-high heat. I have it just a little bit above medium. And a cup of powdered swerve and a fourth of a teaspoon of salt. We're gonna whisk this to combine and then have it boil for about 10 minutes until it gets to around 240 degrees on the thermometer. So we're just going to let this dissolve. I'll show you when it's bubbly. Okay, I had to lower my heat to a little bit below medium, but this is pretty much how it's doing. I'm stirring occasionally. Okay, so there was a bit of a snafu on the first one. I don't know if I'll put a cut scene here to show you or not. If I didn't, no big deal. We're gonna get back to it. I still have the swerve boiling, but this particular time, because I went through the whole steps and made these things, I think what I'm gonna do, because they were very marshmallowy still at the end, that I'm adding a fourth of a cup of almond flour and 2 teaspoons of cocoa powder and a half a teaspoon of swerve, and I'm gonna add that after it's creamed up. So anyway, I'm gonna go check on the swerve right now, and then I'll be back. Okay, so once again, I'm gonna try this again. Okay, so we're pouring the swerve and the water and the salt into here, and now I'm just going to use this and I'm going to whip it for about 6 minutes on a lower setting, and maybe that'll do it, and then I will come right back. I might have to add this in because it's very temperamental, but we'll see. Okay, so 6 minutes is exactly where I think we need to have it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this is really good just like that. Let me add in about, I'm just going to add all of it in there. Because I want this to really be more of like a nougat sort of thing. So I'm trying to quickly get this incorporated in here. It's looking pretty good. I think I want to add just about another, that's 1/8 of a cup of almond flour. So let's see, that was, probably need more, but okay, and I already did pre-spray this. Okay, this is looking way better than the first time. Way better. Okay, this might be a winner here, folks. Not that the first time wasn't, because honestly, I had those after they stayed in the fridge overnight. They were really good, but you still had a slight bit of marshmallow. Okay, so I'm gonna let these rest let this rest for about 4 hours, and hopefully it'll come out of here where I can cut it. we'll see how that goes. See you soon. Okay guys, so it's been 4 hours. I did manage to take it out of the dish here, but I did have to kind of curl my fingers underneath and stuff. But it came out, and I mean, it looks pretty good, like the inside, like a little bit of a nougat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them into squares about the, fun size. And I'm sure you don't want to watch me cut all those, so I'm going to cut them up, and then I'm going to put them on a wire rack, and I will come right back. Okay, guys. So I cut out 36 of these squares. You'll notice they're, about bite size. Some of them are bigger because I did notice I cut them up in the previous batch and made them smaller, and they were just too bite size and everything. You'll notice in here I left another strand because honestly it's just me, and 36 of these things last me 2 months unless I get a craving, which I won't, because seriously I haven't been hungry all day. So what I'm going to do, and you can skip this step, is I did 3 tablespoons of almond butter, and that was 3 tablespoons of almond butter and 2 teaspoons of confectioner's swerve, and melted it in the microwave. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to, because I liked it on my test batch, I liked the almond butter. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to put more on here. And so I'm just going to go through here and put the melted almond, sweetened almond butter on here. And then I also have some diced walnuts. This is 1/4 cup, although I'll probably need more. And I'm just going to add it to the almond butter. And I'm going to do this for the entire batch. And then I'll come right back. Here's a tip that I learned as I'm going through and realizing I needed more almond butter. Is that when I noticed that the almond butter was kind of hardening a little bit. So when I was putting the walnuts on, they were just kind of falling over. So I would just dab them in, So if you get that, don't worry about it. We're still counting it as 1/4 cup in our measurements. Just a lot of them are down there. Okay, I'll come back. Okay, guys, I'm back. So I will show you. This is what they look like, looking pretty good. And then now I have 8 wafers, the baker's chocolate. So I have 1/2 of a bar. Here's the other half. So 8 of those wafers in here cut up. And then I also have 4 tablespoons, or it was 28 grams of this cacao butter from Terrasol. You can get this on Amazon. And I'm going to put this in the microwave, and then I'm going to heat it up for 30 seconds and then take out, stir, put it back in 30 seconds. Do that, repeat until it's melted, then I'll show you what to do. Okay guys, I have it all melted, you can see. Now I did add 20 drops of stevia and a teaspoon of swerve. Y'all can sweeten it however you want to sweeten it, your chocolate, whether you like it a taste of darker or not. You add more, less, whatever. But I'm going to go ahead and start drizzling this on. But I tell you, in my last batch, this didn't work out so well. So what I did after drizzling a few of these, or all of them rather, I took off the baking rack. Well, I'll show you after I'm done with this. Okay, just to show you, I have removed the rack, so they're on a plate, and here's the leftover chocolate. And they're not happy just being poured on. They like to actually get bathed. So this is what I do. You have to get down and dirty and cover all of them up. Okay? Takes a little while, but you'll eventually get it. Okay, seriously, it should not take this long. Anyway, you'll have this, and I'm just going to continue on until I'm done with this. Okay, guys, one thing I forgot to do again the second time around was spray some oil on this. So I didn't really coat the bottom of them, so they're going to go bottomless. So here's the good part. What you can do, and this is what I did, is I put a little bit of the diced walnuts over here. And then this is my toffee. Okay, it doesn't really look great, but that's my keto toffee. I still have some of that. And I went ahead and just put that over the top because I'm sitting there thinking, oh, that's going to be some really good crunch. So anyway, the bad news is they're really not, I mean, they're great and everything, and you can eat them within like an hour of putting them in the fridge, but the best bet is overnight. They're going to be more like marshmallowy in an hour, but it's best to wait until overnight when they're good and solid, I guess. Anyway, I will come back after an hour or the next day. Hey guys, so it is the following day, but as y'all saw, okay, and I've already had one, but I mean, these are spectacular. I do like to have the nuts on the top. Now they are a little bit lighter because they do have the more of the marshmallow texture on the inside. However, with that almond flour, it really kind of made it a little bit more solid. So that's good. And you can also add the flavors too. You don't have to do the chocolate. You could just do the straight up marshmallow if you want. Or you could do those sweet drops, any sort of flavors, like they have that coconut flavor. That would be really good. Then put coconut flakes on the top. I mean, you can do anything with this. This is just a base. So you can have fun with it, run with it. Also, I got the marshmallow recipe from Keto Focus. So there's that. And then I just kind of maneuvered it a little bit, changed it up a little bit for these. I'll go ahead and do the taste test. So good. You can't see it because the chocolate went down, but that almond butter, sweetened almond butter is over there. These are so good. And I'm glad I made them a little bit bigger so they're less fun-sized and able to pop like popcorn. Anyway, here are the macros for each one of them per one. Wow, they are really fantastic. They'll go great with a little bit of my Tazao tea. Okay, well, that's all the time I have. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more videos. I'll see you next time.